Yo. Ooh. Put my watch on so I know what time it is so I don't go over time. Oh my god, why? Why, Georgina? This is, you know when I say just go live, when the message wants to come through, the message wants to come through, just fucking do it and don't question it. Well, talk about not questioning it. I am bursting for a pee, but the message is ripe, so we're gonna do a quick live stream before I go and pee. So this is, I'm clenching my pelvic floor as we speak. So you may have noticed yesterday I wrote a couple of pieces around belonging, and what is quite interesting to me is that this has been something I have really, I would say struggle, but I don't like the word struggle. This has been an area of growth for me for a long time. And I've joined masterminds, I've done immersive experiences and retreats and group programs and all sorts of different things. Sorry, my little doggo can probably hear the post van somewhere. And I've tried to squish myself into sisterhoods and heal sisterhood wounding and all of this stuff, right? None of it's really stuck. It's chipped away, and I do have beautiful friendships now which are really aligned. I have amazing clients which really they light me up, and you know, this live stream is coming off of being inspired by a client session and some of the conversations we had. So the relationships in my life have upgraded and up-leveled and just continue to deepen, which is so beautiful. And yet yesterday, on that full moon, it really brought up a lot of this stuff around the concept of belonging. And now when I feel into the concept of belonging, to me and my body, the frequency of the word belonging activates a sense of trapped ownership, needing to follow dogma, hierarchy, this kind of thing, people pleasing. Who do I need to be in order to fit in? What if I outgrow the tribe? What if I outgrow the leader of the tribe? Holy fuck, that's scary, isn't it? And what I realized was, for me, the word belonging doesn't actually serve me. I have started to think about it as I don't actually have a craving or a desire to quote unquote belong. I crave connection. And to me, connection has a purer, more crisp and clean energy. It feels sovereign. Connection feels like even people who are no longer in my day-to-day life, even people who I have fully released from my physical presence, people maybe who even have passed away, you know, who have died, I'm no longer connected to them or like in connection with them, but I am still in some way connected. And what I mean by this is not like, oh, I've still got all these threads of attachment here, there and everywhere. But for example, my friend that died, we no longer have what I would call an active connection. Like, he's not here in the physical. I still feel like connected to him, but we don't have like a connection as such. But I still feel connected because the lessons that I have learned from our living life, and since he's passed on, the things that I have learnt and integrated, the things that have changed the person I am forever, they still stay with me. To deny that we ever had connection, to deny that I still feel connected to that phase of my life, would be to deny the changes that have occurred. And so for me, I don't crave to belong. I don't feel a craving to belong. I don't feel an urge or a need to belong, actually. Belonging feels quite constricting and restrictive to me. To feel connected feels more pure. To feel connected to myself, to feel connected to all that is, to feel connected to the fact that every single person on this planet serves as a mirror, as a reflection. They either trigger me in a good way or a bad way. They either elicit a sense of comfort or discomfort. When I allow myself to feel connected to divinity, to source, to the earth, when I allow myself to feel connected to myself and my own physical vessel, I am more open for a heartfelt connection with other people. The relationships that I tire of very quickly are the ones where I don't feel their heart. If I don't feel somebody's heart in a relationship, in a connection with me, I lose interest pretty fucking quickly. My clients and I, we have a heart connection, you know? I provide a space of safety. I am very honest. I'm very real with them, and they provide, you know, I'm vulnerable with them in terms of like being open to receive them fully and to hold them in a space with no judgment. And they are therefore open to, you know, reveal themselves to me in a way that maybe they have never revealed themselves before. That comes from a sense of heartfelt, soul-felt, grounded connection. That doesn't come from belonging. I don't want people to feel like they have to be a certain way in order to belong to my tribe or be part of my community. I want people to understand they can be sovereign and their own unique person, and that is what makes them so, that is what makes you welcome. That is what makes you so fucking valuable to me, to the community, to the movement, to the tribe that I desire to, you know, expand. It is not you trying to be more like me. It is not you trying to be more like the other people that you see me spending time with or working with. It is you being more of you, and it's your desire to connect more deeply with yourself. That is what, if I craved anything, it is that level of connection with people where we feel each other. That is what is important to me. And that's why I have such good boundaries around who I work with and around my pricing and all of that good stuff. Because that level of connection is sacred, you know, and I value it. I value it highly, and the people who work with me value it highly. So I would just say, if you struggle or feel uncomfortable or just a sense of discomfort and unease around, or like a contraction in the body when you think around this idea of belonging, maybe it's time to release the idea that you need to belong and instead start feeling into what feels more clean, clear, crisp, pure, sovereign to you. And if the word connection, and if the energy of connection and being connected, if that resonates with you more, amazing. Amazing. Take it, use it, play with it, have fun with it, connect with me, connect with this tribe in this group, use it. Start to try it on for size when you feel yourself like, oh, I don't know if I belong here anymore. Check in with yourself and be like, do I still feel connected to these people? And if I don't, is that something that I've shut off on purpose because of fear? You know, sometimes we'll shut down our ability to connect. This is the fire element, right? Which, of course, we'll be talking about in tapping into the elements. I wasn't going to talk about that potentially on here, but there we go. It's come up. So if you want to know more about that, obviously, just drop me a DM and I can send you the link. But the fire element is really about like that opening and closing of the heart and the pericardium. It's like the pericardium protects the heart. The heart, you know, it's like that's the crown jewel. It's the thing that pumps. It keeps us fucking alive. If that stops, everything stops, right? So our ability to open and close to ourselves, to others, that is the heart is then protected by the pericardium. We call it the heart protector. And that makes sure we don't open our hearts too much to the wrong people. We don't give too much of ourselves away. but it also allows us to open enough to receive from the right people and to give enough to the right people. So when we understand that the fire element and the heart and the pericardium, this is all about our ability to open and close, to give and receive appropriate amounts of closeness and intimacy, to understand that when we feel safe, when we feel sovereign, when we feel that heart connection with somebody, that maybe that's okay to open a little more. And that it's okay for us to need to feel a sense of safety and anchored into our own being, connected to ourselves before we open more, right? So that opening, that closing, all of that stuff is connected to the fire element. And that is week 1 of tapping into the element. So if you know that you need to be in there, that's just week 1. Imagine the fucking impact that's going to have on your life, by the way. But yeah, so if you do want that, I'll drop the link in a bit. But I've got to go and get ready for my final live stream in the new paradigm of power, which is happening today. And holy moly, do I have some good stuff for those ladies today. I thought we were going to be doing one thing. And actually, I had the download this morning that we're doing something completely different. This program has evolved. Every single time I go in there and offer a piece of content, it's like, I think I know what I'm going in with, and then something completely different comes through, and all of our minds are blown. So, you know, that's what I'm here for, just to be the channel. Okay, so I'd love to know if this resonates with you, this idea of replacing the idea of belonging with the idea of connection, and seeing if you can lean back a little bit more, allow yourself to be more receptive to the idea of receiving aligned connections into your life, rather than feeling that you have to kind of cultivate a sense of, you know, quote unquote belonging. If that resonates with you, I'd love to know in the comments below. Mwah! Big love to you all.